Alright, everybody, welcome into tonight's main event, or not main event. I don't know if y'all have. MMS does not have two races, but welcome into tonight's race. This is the MMS Donators next gen at Talladega. Hope we're ready to see a great race here. Got over 20 cars, I think. They're going to the grid right now, so let me fix that and then we'll go right to it. Alright, tonight's starting grid, presented by JMS Motorsports. Starting on pole will be Jackson Bice and the number 33 machine to his outside, and P2 Trevor Aswinoff. P3 will be Kenny McCullough to his outside, Matthew Baker. Carson Freeman starting 5th, Sean Corbett starting 6th, Richard Elliott starting 7th, Jeff Mook starting 8th, Joe Rader starting P9, Devin Ray starting P10, good to see him back, I guess. Dwayne Drummond starting P11, Miles Bagley starting P12. P13 will be maxed into Chris Carter, starting P14. 15th will be David McCullough, Aubrey Thompson, 16th, Joshua McCullough, 17th, Justin Mellicar, 18th, Matt Pat, 19th, Mark Vondell, 20th, William Scott Jr., 21st, and Nathan Harper, 6th, rounding out your field in the 22nd position. So, looks like we got 22 people here tonight. Hopefully they all start. 30 laps is the distance, and join me in the booth. Once again will be Joshua McCullough. Josh, say hi.
What's up?
Yeah, so might see some interviews and talk to him about fuel here. So how many gallons do you get, Josh? I forgot to look again.
Hasn't calculated yet until we turn a couple laps.
Is it full
Pretty sure
tank?
it's 100%. Yeah, we
Okay,
should.
okay, that's good. Piece of junk. Alright, pace car's gonna make that left-hand turn onto pit road, leading us down here for the green flag initial start of this race tonight. Will be Jackson Bice, Trevor Aswinoff on the front row, bringing us into the travel. To start this race, green flag's in the air. Good jump for the outside. As you already see, he's nearly wrecked. And there goes Jeff Mike. Once again, lap 1 wreck. My goodness. We'll go look back at that in a second here. I still couldn't find his name for some reason. And once again, they're broadcasting a row. Lap 1 wreck here. So, honestly, just looks like neck code between Moak. Bagley's going to take evasive action towards the wall. Moak has it saved, and then heated up tires just going to spin right back down. Overcorrect. Hard hit up into Bagley. Josh did say we actually had a fast repair, so that's pretty good for these guys. And then you see Chris Carter spinning out as well up farther. That's going to hit Devin Ray. Oh, actually, sorry, that's David McCullough. Same number. Got a far chase here of Christopher Carter. Third lane was working for a second, and then Jeff Moak and Baker just get a little bit of contact, and then there they go wrecking. Chris is going to spin also from it. Hit Joe Huerta. It's going to give him some right front damage. Bagley gets another piece of it, and obviously David McCullough. Thank you, Danny. Alright, we will restart with 26 laps to go here. Front row is going to be Bice Azarnoff. Then further back, you're going to have Kenny McCullough. And Carson Freeman in 4th, Sean Corbett 5th. Good amount of people pitted there for damage. Probably at least a couple fast spares gone there in that wreck. So some people are going to have to be a little bit more careful here. As they come into the restart zone, going a little high, but green flag's back in the air. Carson already jumping up to the outside of Asmanoff or trying. Denda further back in that third line with Harper and Bagley, two teammates behind him. Big shot to Freeman there. Let's see if they can get that third line rolling, just like last restart, but without wrecking this time, maybe. They were roaring up the outside. Asmanoff's going to block that third line. Going into 3. Now will any of them jump down? They don't for now. Bice up to the middle now. It's going to be 3 wide for the lead, or possibly coming out of 4. Richard Elliott's actually going to stay clear here with his teammate behind him. Now the outside's going to roll a good bit. Going to get clear, or not clear, but to the lead. They're way up high, nearly 4 wide. Now they're going to come back down, side drift a little bit. Denda sideways in the middle there of the pack. Bice is not going to get clear because of that little scuffle, and he's going to take the lead. Now Melikar to his inside. Melikar's going to take the lead, maybe get clear. He is. Will Baker get clear? He's clear the bottom, not clear the top. The road's going to stay to the middle for now. Remember last year, and Denda's going to get hooked further back. And that's going to start another big wreck. Harper's involved. Matt Pat, Dwayne Drumming going to hit the inside wall. More contact. Bagley's involved as well. More contact right there. Let's go look back at that. What started all this. It's going on the backstretch. Harper's going to give a big shot. Denda's just trying to check up, and he can't check up anymore without getting ran over. And that's going to send Matt Pat in the wall. Bagley and Dwayne Drumming bounce off each other. That's going to send Dwayne in the inside wall in a second right there. It's going to be some pretty heavy front end damage for him. And Bagley also obviously got a piece of this. Let's go look at what he saw. Before I chase view here. Almost avoided it and got clipped by Joe Werder. It's sitting in the inside wall. He actually bounced off Matt Pat. The caution fine tonight will be $5 and penalty will be an EOL for first cause. What is it, DQ for second, Josh?
Yo. DQ.
Obviously, you see Harper 6 with some damage here. Further up, Matthew Patton, front end damage. So there's David McCullough, Max Denda, Bagley, Dwayne Drummond. A lot of people with some significant damage after this wreck. Yo, Miles Fagley, you got a copy? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Bagley. Uh, what's happening, man? Here, what are you gonna do differently now to not get involved in all these wrecks? And actually, first question: have you used your fast spray yet?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do differently here with 22 laps to go to stay out of the wrecks and make your way up to the front towards the end of this thing?
Absolutely nothing. I figure I've been in two. Might as well just go to the front. What are the odds I get in three? You know. So I was gonna keep my foot in the gas, take everyone I get, and go to the front.
Well, I like to hear it. So yeah, thank you for talking with us. Go up there, tear up some more stuff, so I can have some fun doing this. All right.
All right.
Thank you, man. There was his interview that he really wanted. Miles Bagley, everybody. Got caught up with 2 wrecks. Ought to use his fast spare, not his night, but maybe he can go turn it around and go win it. Alright, here we go. 1 to green here. Gonna be a 21 lap to go restart. This is our second caution of the night. Hopefully we can turn around and get some good green flag laps in, but up front here in the lead now we have Justin Millicar, and then in P2 Matthew Baker, Jackson Bice P3, Jeff Merck P4, and Richard Elliott sitting in the P5 position. Pace car's gonna go hit pit road here. We bring him into the tri-oval. And finally into the United Reynolds restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. Big stack up on the bottom there, nearly wrecking towards the back, but I believe they keep it straight for now. Baker's gonna get clear of the inside. Maybe Jeff Mook will as well. He does not. Millicar's gonna get the run here with the 33 and the 02 behind him. Not dead even, nearly for the lead here. Coming out of turn number 4, coming to 20 to go. Dinda trying to make the third line work on the further back. Baker's now going to get clear. Millicar now gets the advantage. There's no help on the top here, or way less help on the top than the inside. Third line still trying to make something work towards the back, but nothing's happening quite yet. They haven't had really that good connection like they did the first 2 restarts. Or maybe they just don't want to cause a wreck. I don't know. But now Baker's going to have a little bit of advantage as Bice is a little bit hot, I think, on the inside. Baker's going to get clear. Moak's going to get clear. Can Asronoff get clear? Not yet, but Josh is going to jump up now to the middle. The bottom line's dead. Only has really 3 people. As now Chris Carter getting a bunt from Josh. As Josh jumps up to the third line. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Looks a little bit wiggly, but they're staying strong up here. Gonna maybe get a big run as Moke's gonna be hot. The bottom's obviously hot. Moke's gonna jump up actually in front of Carter here. And rock it around that middle line. Moke's gonna jump back down. Some blocking going on further back, but Moke now has not really that much help, but help's coming here in a second. They're all running that higher line here. Nobody's really going down to the inside. Big push there up top. Josh is kind of a little bit offset there. Chris Carter's going to go down now. Josh is going to stay up with Kenny. As everyone else shuffling back, jumping up. Melicar's actually going to go back down. Moke to the bottom now with Baker and Asmanoff behind him. They're going to split Chris Carter straight down the middle. Josh is down to the middle now to side draft. Now they're going 3 wide. No help for the top lane. Middle's got help now, finally. But not before 3, 4 cars, 5 cars get clear, actually. There's big block there from Josh on Corbett. There's 3 wide still further back here. Trying to get stuff sorted out. Carter on the outside. You got Aubrey Thompson in the middle. As there's about a 6-car breakaway up here that's just running away with it. That's Moke, Baker, Asmanoff. Ooh, Melicar gonna go up now with Josh. 2 wide. Corbett further back. Where will he go? He's got a little bit of a run here. He's gonna go with that second line. So does Mark Rondell. They're gonna get to Asmanoff's side, draft him back a little bit. Now Baker, will they get to Baker? Baker's gonna jump up actually. You gotta think he was probably hot here. As that middle line's gonna rocket here past the bottom. Baker's gonna actually go back down. A little bit of an offset push before he went down though. Chris Carter up to the third line with Joe Huerta. He's back up here, maybe trying to make something work. As middle's kind of fading a little bit again. Baker's going to get back clear. He's going to jump up in front of Melicar. Josh is going to think about going up. He's going to stay on that third line. Corbett's going to go with him for now. You got Chris Carter coming to help. Might take it 4. They're going to stay back here up in the middle. Josh is going to take it back 3 wide. As it looks like Moke jumped back up in front of Baker. 4 wide further back with Corbett, Carter, Vondell, and McCullough. Josh is going to make a big block on. Oh, and he's going to get turned. Josh with McCullough around. With a couple others. That's Aubrey Thompson. Dang. And maybe one more other besides Aubrey. Don't know who that was. Right there, he got turned off the bumper. Chris Carter is going to go into David McCullough. He's going to get turned up the track. And Josh is going to hit the inside wall after getting hit by Aubrey Thompson. Big hit into the inside wall. And back up here, you got David. Just an innocent bystander in all this. I mean, rolling through 1 and 2. I mean, they're 4 wide. Josh throws a big block on Carter. Just didn't work out. David's going to get hit by Mark. Probably some front end damage to those 2 as well. Josh makes a good block, or would have been if they kept it square, but Chris kind of comes down as he's coming up, and it just offsets them both, which kind of messes everything up there. They just had too big of a run to get offset like that. That's 15 laps to go, and we have our 3rd yellow of the night. Alright, this time will be a 12 lap to go restart. It will be Aswinoth leading, Carson Freeman second, Jeff Moak third, Matthew Baker fourth, and Justin Melikar fifth to restart this race. Let's see if that third line can get back working here. A little bit later in the race, people are going to be hopefully a little bit more antsy and make a little bit more aggressive moves, even though we have seen some very aggressive moves to begin with. You never know though. Hopefully we can do it without wrecking this time. Bringing us into the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air, and also less people have less fast repairs, so that'll also change the way people drive probably. As there goes that third line. Bystander. Baker's going to throw a big block on them both. And they're going to rock it down the outside here. Third line's been working pretty strong on these restarts. See if they can get... They got 2 cars clear. Don't think they're going to get... maybe they will, yeah, because there's no help in the middle. I mean, Bice is going to be able to drop down. Bice is going to go back up now. Block William Scott. He's actually going to get split. Denda Baker clear to the inside. They're going to block Aswinoth. Now, whoa. Baker went back up to the middle. I don't think Denda was expecting that. And then Denda gets a little shot from Aswinoth. Offset. Nearly causes a wreck. Here comes Bice throw to the 8 of Denda. Got 2 teammates behind him now. Up on that top line. There's a 3-car pushing here. Gonna maybe get Denda clear. Not quite yet. Gotta think even if he did get clear, would he drop down? I don't know. The middle has been strong. Here's that run they needed. Now they got help from Joe Huerta. Is he gonna go third? Denda's gonna get clear here, I believe. And he does. Farther back, Chris Carter 3 wide. Now with help from Josh, but they're gonna need a lot more cars to get that third line working. Ooh, close call there for Denda. He's gonna get a little bit sideways. Now he's gonna go back up. Big gap between him and Bice. That's probably gonna allow the 5 to get clear. And Baker is gonna get clear. Will he jump up? He doesn't yet. Now Aswinoth's gonna get clear for a second. Baker's gonna take that lane before the 89 can. Side by side down the back. Baker's not gonna have the advantage. He's gonna get clear. Denda's gonna take the right rear of Baker. Baker's gonna stay middle for now. Try to side draft him. Freeman actually in the wall a little bit. Joe Huerta gonna come to help the 5. That's not going to allow Bice to get clear, just Denda. So that move didn't work for now, but it might. As Baker don't really have the help. The momentum kind of stalled there for Joe in the middle. Bice is going to get clear. Denda's going to go up, back down. Jackson got clear for a second, but here comes Baker back rolling that middle line. They're going to be 3 by 3. Coming to the start-finish line. Now 2 wide for the lead. As they're wrecking Sean Corbett around. Devin Ray as well. And that's Matt Pat, Josh McCullough. Dang, pretty big accident here again. With 9 laps to go just across the start-finish line. As though it looks like we're actually going to be 4 wide here. With Josh, Richard Elliott. Josh kind of comes down, tags Devin, and then Devin's going to get an offset push from Bagley. That's going to turn Devin down on the 45. Devin back up the track. And Corbett's going to come down, tag Bagley again. Bagley looks like he's going to save it. So good save on his part, but still a pretty big wreck involving 4 or 5 guys here. Josh actually had damage. He's getting a big push from all, but he takes it 4 wide on Matthew. And he's going to try to get to the inside of Richard. As soon as he does, he makes contact with Devin. That's going to get them turned around and just causes a pretty big wreck here. On board here with Kenny. He's farther back. I think he's like last in the pack. And they're going to wreck up there on the orange car. He goes high right before they start wrecking. They start wrecking. I believe he's going to tag Josh here. See smoke. I mean, nowhere for him to go, but not too much damage probably for him. On board with back here. So the cockpit. So there's Josh making it 4 wide. Tags Devin. That's going to slow him down. And I don't think Bagley was trying to hit him. But he did end up hitting him, and pretty good save there after all that said and done. So might be called on Bagley. I don't know. That would be the third wreck of the night out of the 4 that he has been involved in, though. So not too good of luck for him tonight. Most of which started with nothing to do with him. As now Denda's actually took the lead. It's going to be around a 5 lap to go restart, I think. Which will be a sprint to the finish. Maybe we'll see some more wrecks. Hopefully not, but these guys are going to get even more antsy and more moves are going to be being made, so. Well, don't know why, but the SDK just quit, so there's no scoreboard now for some reason. I'll try to get it fixed. Hold up. Alright, well, I just had to reload everything. Sorry for the pop-ups, but I got it working again. Don't know why it quit working at all. But, anyways, we're coming to the green here. Gonna have Max Denda in the lead, electing the outside. Then Matthew Baker selecting, or not selecting, but second on the inside. Aswinoff third on the inside. Joe Werder fourth to his outside. And Jeff Merck in fifth. Here, coming to the green flag. It's going to be a 5 lap to go, sprint to the finish. Hopefully we'll see some more third lane action. Good to see that happen in this car. It looks like we still got all 22 people out on the track because of the fast repair. Who knows who still has their fast repair? Josh, have you fixed all your damage, Josh?
I had to take a fast repair.
Okay, so his damage is fixed, but obviously no fast repair. So here we go, bringing him into the United Rentals restart zone. Maxed into Matthew Baker. Green flag's back in the air. I remember no jumping now. All starts on green, I think. Helps even out the restarts a little bit. Has way more help on the outside right now. They got 3 cars, 4 cars pushed on the top. As help finally arriving to the bottom. Baker's still going to have the edge ahead. Don't know if he'll be able to get clear here. Josh and William Scott further back trying to maybe make that third line work. They're just falling back now. Dinda might be able to get clear here of Baker. Nearly no, not yet. They're still pushing pretty hard on that top. Baker's now going to jump up in front of Dinda. Big push on the top. Aznal's going to get to the left rear of Baker's. We got 4 laps to go here. Bice trying to make something work on the 30. Melicar's going to stay mid. Will Richard Elliott jump out with him? He doesn't. Now he's just backing up. Just dropping like a rock. And there goes Jeff Merck around. He saves it. What a save. He's going to have the chance to come back up. Incredible save from the number 16 machine. Bice did get picked up by Bagley, his teammate there, but not before he fell about 7 spots back. Now he's going to go back middle. Richard Elliott's going to block him. Maybe think about going back up top. He does. Nathan Harper leading the inside line, but they're just dropping this middle line just like last race. And here in the next gen, we see that middle line just surging now. 3 laps to go this time by. Let's see if they can get that third line working a little bit. They got 5 cars up there, 3 cars pushing. But they also have them 3, 4 cars pushing in the middle line. As Freeman's now up to help the middle, he's going to go back down now to the bottom. That third line's got good help, but they might have ran out of temps before they even get to the third car in the line. So still giving it all they got. So is the bottom. Baker's now going to jump up. Ooh, big offset push, and there goes Baker right into Aslanoff. Aslanoff's going to go up in a maxed into. Bagley's took out. Richard Elliott Jackson bites. It's the big one here. On the backstretch at Talladega. You got Kenny McCullough spinning through. Aslanoff, obviously, Baker was the first ones to get turned. Just an incredible turn of events here. This is everybody. This is everybody. Except for about maybe 2 cars. So you're going to see Big Run pushing 3 deep on the top. Baker's going to make that block. And I can't tell from that view if he was the one that offset himself or if Dinda offset him. That's going to turn Aslanoff into Dinda. And then you see just a gaggle of cars coming down. Chris Carter, Jeff Moak. I mean, everyone except for about maybe 3 or 4 cars got involved in this one. Oil mate Scott hitting the wall up there. I mean, Bice is going to tag Matt Pat right there, actually. I mean, you got basically the whole field in this wreck. So let's go back to Baker. And far chase view. Actually, Dinda. So Dinda's kind of riding that yellow line. Baker kind of just overshoots the block. Dinda kind of swerves a little bit. Maybe that's why he thought he was going to go up. And then obviously that's going to wipe out practically everybody here. Josh is actually spinning, so he's probably going to tag the wall a good bit. Yeah, I mean, just a bunch of damage for a bunch of guys with obviously probably no fast repairs as well. A lot of wrecks already. This is our 5th yellow. Just crazy ton of events here. Let's go on board with Josh, actually, from the cockpit. We'll go on board with some more people, maybe. He can't see nothing. He's just pushing Richard in. They start wrecking. You see smoke. And Bagley's going to turn down, tag him. He's got it locked right, but nothing really you can do. I don't think you blown your motor, Josh. Or did you? Did you blow your motor?
No, just a lot of front end damage.
Yeah, probably some like 3 minutes maybe. Same thing for Chris Carter. Can't see where wreck's coming from. Just big wreck here. Here's Bice's on board. I can actually show the names actually. Yeah, there we go. almost saved it and then got tagged by someone else. There's Moke hitting him in the left front wheel. Who knows who else here. Kenny's actually on the bottom, and like you see everyone just getting involved in this. There goes Baker spinning, and 4 cars coming across his nose. He's going to get tagged. I think by Chris Carter backwards. Not a ton of damage. I mean, obviously, not a lot of people got meatballed in this wreck, I don't think. Just like kind of in real life, the hits are somewhat soft, but definitely some 3 to 4 minute damage hits there. That's just huge wreck there. That is the big one. As we can look at who maybe has damage. Bagley's got good front end damage. Astronaut with some. Joe's got splitter damage. I mean, you got Jeff Moke with front end damage. Sean Colbert's actually got clean front end. Devin Ray also. Nathan Harper's got a good bit of front end damage. Dwayne Drummond clean. David McCullough clean. These are guys that were actually in the back that avoided it. Chris Carter clean. These are guys that got involved in the wreck and they still have clean front ends. Probably have some back end. So like you can see, this next gen doesn't take a lot of damage. These are the guys down pit road. Aubrey Thompson, Josh McCullough, William Scott. I know it says first caution as well, but I had to reset everything, so it is the 5th yellow. So, pretty big wreck here. With 3 laps ago, I think it was when they had the wreck. Just late blocks, swerving lanes causes that. I was expecting that, but wasn't expecting that big of an accident. Yo, Dinda, you got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, obviously you got involved in that wreck. Was one of the ones that maybe started, arguably. So just tell me, from your perspective, what happened there going on the backstretch that started this big wreck.
Yeah, I was just ripping it on the high side, flowing like a bald eagle, you feel me? And then I knew they were going to come up and block me. So Baker, I felt like he overshot the block a little bit, and Jackson was locked onto my back bumper at that point. And I didn't want to go up to try to correct with him, so I just really just held my line, and I just ended up turning him. So I really don't feel like that one was on me. I just felt like he overshot it, and it just so happened to hook him. So we'll have a conversation after the race, and we'll go from here.
All right. Well, how bad's your damage? You think you got it all fixed?
I got a fast spare and used it. So.
All right. Well, best of luck out there. Go tear some more stuff up for us and go win this thing.
Yes, sir. I might wreck the field for you, bro.
All right.
Ready?
Good luck, man. There was Max Stenda, the one who ended up turning Baker, or I don't know if it was his fault or not. It's arguable. But further back up, we got, or whatever, I said that wrong. In the lead here for this overtime restart, it is Justin Millicar. In position number 2, we have Joe, that's not Joe in second, Trevor Astronaut, Joe Wetter, Miles Bagley, Jeff Moke, your top 4 here. As Justin Millicar's going to bring him in the restart zone. He's got 2 teammates surrounding him here. Let's see what can happen. Is this the final restart, Josh?
We got one more.
Okay. Green flag's in the air. One of 2 attempts here at a green-white checkered. As Millicar's going to get a great launch here. Maybe trying to get Joe, his teammate, clear as well. Not quite yet, but he will end up getting him clear. I think Astronaut's actually got some front end damage on one of them. Got someone blinking. Yeah, Astronaut does. Jeff Moak's gonna get clear. Further back, got David McCullough jumping up in front of Christopher Carter. Miles Bagley now up in front of him. Astronaut up in front of him. Big stack up. This might cause another wreck. Oh, and there it is. David McCullough around. Oh, the Jackson Bice route. Oh, Mark Von Dell. Voice crack. Aubrey Thompson. Carson Freeman. Oh, my God. Another big wreck going on the backstretch, and that will bring out our 6th and final caution here.
I'm killed.
As obviously Josh is done. Oh, that was net code. Or how D3 would like to put it on. Looks like Jackson Bice once again. So I don't even know where to begin. You got cars inside of cars. Chris Carter's inside of David McCullough. Jackson's gave Chris a bump, which shot him even more into McCullough. He's just gonna drive right through David. And that's going to end up turning Aubrey Thompson down at the bottom. I think people just trying to avoid the wreck got involved or started that part of the wreck. Maybe try to bring it back just a little bit further here. So Bagley's going to jump up in front of David. David's got a big run with a 3-car push. And David's going to go inside of Bagley. I think that's David's internet issues. And Chris is going to stay inside of him. Can't really do anything. That's going to turn everyone behind him. So kind of sucks for all these guys involved, because they had, I mean, nothing you can do. I mean, sucks that netcode happens. I mean, you got Freeman's inside of Bice actually a little bit there, and he's going to get turned off of his back bumper into Aubrey and Mark Von Dell. Just a bunch of damage for all these guys that really, again, shouldn't be involved in it, but not like everyone really. In this instance shouldn't be involved in this wreck. Let's go on board with somebody here. How about Dinda? I mean, you see smoke, wrecking, good wreck avoidance. He goes down, avoids them all. Good save by Chris Carter as well. Let's go look back and see what he saw here going on the backstretch. Just pushing David here, wide open. You missed. He's actually shifting, just shifted right there. And he's just inside of David. Can't really do anything, but ends up hooking him weirdly because of netcode, and he drives right through him. Gets hit, bounce off the wall. Good save. Nearly clips William Scott Jr. right there, but they all keep it straight. One more look at it here. Maybe another on board as well. They're gonna wreck up here. This is Josh's. Pointed at Josh here. How he got involved. Just got hit off of Freeman. It's gonna hit the right front wheel. And one more view for the onboard of Aubrey Thompson in this number 56 machine. Kenny actually jumps up middle. He's going to give Kenny a bump, and then they're going to wreck up here to the outside. Just nowhere to go, really, after he gets clipped. Like Carson's going to go into the wall. And maybe not too much damage, but obviously enough to make him pit here, at least I would think. Maybe not, since this is an overtime. As back up front, not much has changed. Maybe a little bit of flipping, flopping around. You got Justin, Joe, Jeff Moak, top 3. Alright, here we go. Final overtime of the night. Final restart, finally. We're going to have Justin Millicar on the front row. I'm doing this for you to look at the damage. Joe Werder in P2 on the outside with a little bit of front end damage. Obviously, you can see Jeff Mook was in P3 with some more front end damage. And Trevor Asronoff P4 with, you can't really see it that good, but there's front end damage on that right front and the splitter. And then finally Corbett in P5 with no front end damage. As Millicar's going to bring us down here as the pace car pulls off. Let's see what happens. Expect chaos. Green flags back in the air for the Jack Shack front row here. Justin's going to get a good launch here on the outside, or inside, sorry. Might jump up to the outside going into one here. Got both guys pushing up top. It's going to have damage, so might go with his teammate. Might let Moke get clear. His outside kind of just dead with them two damaged cars. Moke's going to jump up. Millicar's going to block him. Corbett's going to stay down with Harper as the inside's just dead right now. That middle's rolling even with those damaged cars. Like we always seen here in the next gen. Kenny McCullough with his teammate Richard Elliott up in the third line. Carson Freeman further back there to help them. They're going to try to make that third line work late in the going. Baker's going to jump up now. Bagley wants to. He does. He jumps up. Third line might have a shot here towards the end. White flags in the air for Justin Millicar. Sean Corbett to his inside as we go four wide further back. I missed how even that happened. Oh, and David McCullough, Trevor Asronoff around. So is Bagley. Carson Freeman hard into the wall. Further back. I just heard a motor blow. Is Devin Ray's up on this third line actually with Baker to help him. We might see this third line work if we get maybe one more car. They're kind of out of shape, but they might have one last run at it if them two pushers get hot. Down Jeff Mook's clear with Justin Millicar. Will Joe Werder get clear at the bottom? He does. Will anyone go down? Bice is there. Joe's going to jump up the third line with Devin Ray. Do a little bit of an offset push. As they come out of four. Jackson Bice going to drop down. Millicar's going to throw a big block on Jackson. Justin Millicar. Joe Werder on that third line with a big push. Will they drop down? Justin Millicar with his teammate to his outside. Joe Werder. Who's it going to be? Justin with the push at the end. Devin Ray at third line. Big push to Joe Werder. It's going to be Joe Werder by a bumper at the line over Justin Millicar. Jack Shack. 1, 2, 3. Joe Werder. Justin Millicar. Devin Ray. Bice Baker, your top 5. What a finish here. That third line came out of nowhere. Perfect move by Joe. Just great racing there. Great teamwork from everyone involved there. Let's go back and look at that finish here. Let's go into turn number 3 here. So you got... It's crazy. It didn't feel like it went by that fast, but it did. So Joe's going to get clear the outside. They just kind of dead in the water. Joe's going to jump up here, and that kind of just kills the middle's momentum. Jackson's getting a big push from Josh. Now, Jackson's going to go down. That's going to leave the middle with still no help. Millicar's going to make a block, and that top line, as all this is happening on the bottom, just gets a huge surge out of nowhere. They start pushing on that bottom, but that outside line gets that run. It gives Joe just a huge run. And then Baker's going to go to the middle, and that kills the momentum for Joe. And that's just going to end up giving him the win by just barely anything. Like, barely. Let's go back and look at this photo finish camera here. Hopefully I can stop it. Let's see where they're at. They're coming in frame here in a second. Hopefully. You never know. Oh, well, there they are, but I missed it. It's blurry for some reason. Forgot to turn off my motion blur. There you go. Joe Werder wins by... I don't know. Let's go see timing and scoring on that. As we go to the results here. 1/1000th of a second. Joe Werder beats Justin Millicar here tonight. As obviously Justin's going to finish P2 here. Devin Ray third. That's Jack Shack 1, 2, 3. Good run for them guys. Jackson's going to get a P4. Matthew Baker P5. Sean Corbett P6. Kenny McCullough P7. Nathan Harper 6. P8. Richard Elliott P9. Chris Carter P10. Dwayne Drummond P11. William H. Scott P12. Jeff Mook P13. Max Stender P14. Josh McCullough, tough break after getting wrecked on the white there, P15. Mark Rundell P16. Aubrey Thompson P17. And Trevor Asronoff P18. And then David McCullough P19. Miles Bagley P20. Carson Freeman P21. Matt Pat P22. as we close this out, let's go back and look at the wreck that happened here going into one. Just to look at something here. So the 4 wide, Bagley's going to go down to the middle of the third line. Astronaut's up on the fourth line, and Bagley netcode between them two, and that's going to turn them around hard on the wall for Bagley and Freeman. And then further up here, see what happened to Josh. I didn't even see what happened to begin with. And just one more look at the finish here. I don't know what happened to the bottom there on the back stretch, but they just died, man. It sucks for Corbett and Harper. They were having a good showing there coming into the trial, coming to the white, but there's Josh and Moke in the middle, and they just kind of die. And they just went way back. So, good race there for those guys. And let's see. Yo, Joe, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, good run out there. Good job on your win, first and foremost. And first question I got for you here is just walk us through your race tonight and how you ended up with the win here. So it was definitely a great night for everybody besides all the wrecking, but obviously I seen you got wrecked, so just walk me through how you ended up doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Of course, typical fashion, I would get caught up in the 2 wrecks super early on, and I had to use my fastty on lap like 4, so I was kind of protecting, but there's one opportunity where top 2 lanes just got swallowed, and I was bottom and able to get clear. I was top 9, so that's when I decided to race. Just kind of worked out. Not really that the last wreck there happened with I think it was Baker and Max, but you know, it worked out. Just had to keep protecting the runs coming from the third and middle lane, pick what lane to be in. But I wouldn't say it was straightforward, but as long as you make the blocks and not hook yourself, I was going to finish somewhere up there. So just glad I was able to get the number 1 spot.
All right, man. And the last question, who you got to thank for this victory? Who's your shout outs, man?
Thank the whole Jack Shack. I want to thank Josh McCullough and Josh McCullough. You know, number 1 fan. No, I'm joking. He wrecked me like 2 races ago, and I keep giving him a hard time. It's all love, though. Thank you for putting on a broadcast, and I was giving Kenny a hard time, so thank him, and I apologize to him, but it's all love. It's all racing.
All right, thank you, man. Congrats on your win. Go celebrate there.
Thank you.
All right, now time to drag. Hopefully he's here. He's actually muted, but wait just a quick second. Who got 30 here? We got Devin Ray. He's not in at VC, so give it a shot. Yo, Justin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
What's up, man? First and foremost, congrats on your P2 and just good job on your run. And just gotta ask you, man, walk us through your race. How'd you end up here in the P2 and just after getting involved in, I think you got involved at least 1 wreck. Just walk us through how your race.
Honestly, it's just all teamwork at the end of the race. Merck was helping me out. I kind of feel bad because I had to leave him there in this situation. Jackson just got a crazy run to the bottom, and Merck had damage. So just teamwork all around. Once we were up there, I was pretty confident in the ability for all of us to cash. Kind of sucks. I thought I edged Joe out there at the line, but I guess if I'm going to lose someone, it's to Mr. Huerta.
Yeah. Second question. Just list all your people who got here, man, and all your shout outs.
Yeah, shout out to Jack Shack, obviously. Trev, Joe. We also were running with Baker and Merck. Without Merck's help at the end, I would have been a sitting duck. So I tried to get them all the way. I think if I stayed there, we would have just gave the win to Jackson. So, yeah, shout out to all them guys. Shout out to you for broadcasting. Kenny for putting these on, along with all the admins and people who drive and watch every single day.
All right, thank you, man. Go celebrate your team. Good run there. For you and the Jack Shack.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You too. That was P2 Justin Melikar by an inch. And there's the interviews for the night. First time done interviews, so trying to get better at that. But hope y'all enjoyed the broadcast. I'll put the results back up for 1 second on the screen. Yeah, thank y'all for watching, tuning in. Hopefully y'all have a good